Good morning, guys. Another YouTube day. I really wasn't going to make a video, but I caught a little bit of Kiser with JJ Scarborough from the Meade County Detention Center releasing drug test results. Really? Wonder where they got those, because whoever released them, it would have had to have been from a medical person who would be in violation of a federal HIPAA law. Uh, hmm. Yeah. It just keeps getting deeper and deeper. But whoever released them, if they are in fact a medical professional, there's a good possibility they'll lose their license if they get caught. But, this is an embarrassment to anybody that's in the justice system when you have an elected official who's a county jailer associating with a 5-time felon, convicted felon, pending 5 more felony charges, as well as other things. Yeah, that just makes no sense. Makes no sense. But their common denominator in all of this is their dislike for Chris and Tiffany, I think her name is, who are exercising their First Amendment rights, and they're not happy about it. Granted, I don't get the whole auditor thing. I don't care about the whole auditor thing. Cop watchers, any of that shit, I don't care about. But it is a protected activity that they're doing. So until it's not, until they overstep the bounds of their protected activity and get arrested. Evidently, there was something that took place in Meade County, Kentucky, that Chris and Tiffany somehow, I don't know. I don't know what the whole circumstance is. But let's take a look at this JJ Scarborough guy. Now, he reached out to me because a lot of people sent him emails after his first appearance on the Fraud at Wrangler Michael Kiser Stolen Valor Scumbag YouTube channel. And he reached out to me and asked me about him. And I told him, I said, well, you do know he's a convicted felon. You are aware that he is embellishing a military career that he never had because he was a 2-time basic training dropout, never made it through BCT. And he asked me about that. And I told him, I gave him the information he needed to get those records from the Alabama National Guard, which they'd be more than happy to send them to him. Whether he did or not, I don't know. I don't care. However, he is giving anyone that works in the criminal justice system a black eye by associating with the scumbag. But birds of a feather, let's just say that. Let's take a quick look at, I just did a real quick Google search, JJ Scarborough, Kentucky, Meade County Detention Center, jailer. Here's his bio from his jailer thing here. Let's take a quick peek-see at this. Make that a little bit bigger. Honored to serve the county as jailer. He is a 1998 graduate of Meade County High School. Prior to being elected jailer in 2014, JJ worked as a diesel mechanic. So we get a guy with absolutely no background in criminal justice whatsoever becomes the county jailer. All right. Way to go, Kentucky. I don't know what kind of training they're required to get or anything like that. There's very little information about it. But yeah, that's that one. And then, the next couple are actual civil lawsuits from inmates. I take that with a grain of salt. I looked at them. They were either dismissed without One of them, they were told that they needed to refile because they didn't actually show anything. It was more of a complaint kind of thing. But then we got some really weird stuff. So he's the county jailer. Now, there is a rumor that he was a part-time deputy sheriff with the county sheriff's department. I don't know. I've been unable to corroborate that in any way, but he would have to have some type of a law enforcement academy. The Kentucky Law Enforcement Council handles all training. Per se, they are not a post state. However, they do have a Brady list, which is usually associated with peace officer standards and training. I know in the state of Massachusetts, we just adopted the post standard where all officers are on the Brady list. And if they don't have any violations, it just says there are no Brady violations on this officer. Kentucky's weird. They got like 106 people on their Brady list. So, you know, and those are people that actually have violations. Massachusetts, a little bit different. They put everybody on the list, and it just says that they have no Brady incidents to report. So you can find out. And you can also file complaints online. You can go to the Brady list for Kentucky and just type the person's name in and file a complaint. Same with Massachusetts. So, you know, online complaints, it's kind of a double-edged sword that could really go bad for not so much for the officers, but just people who feel they've been done wrong. Because let's face it, the jails are full of innocent people, and you know, nobody ever wants to take accountability for what they did. Anyway, he says he did nothing wrong when traffic. This is pretty interesting here. Meade County jailer says he did nothing wrong when traffic stop turned into a shooting. This is crazy. This is crazy. So here he is right here, old JJ. I don't know, the most recent pictures, he looks like he's kind of anorexic or something. He's kind of slimmed down a lot. But and then the agency heading up the investigation, Meade County Sheriff's Office. They never mention anything in here about him being a part-time deputy sheriff, which would give him police powers outside of the jail. Because as a county jailer, he has got some police powers within the jail, because inmates commit crimes in jail and they have to be charged. But outside of the jail, I don't know how all that works in Kentucky, but I know how it works in Massachusetts. And yeah, anyway, I'm not going to play the video. He denies any wrongdoing during the April 26th shooting, which began when Scarborough said he saw a car roll through a stop sign and ended with shots fired. Really? Somebody rolled a stop sign, so you're going to make a traffic stop. All right. Were you on patrol as a deputy sheriff in the county? No. He was driving the jailer's pickup truck. Scarborough would not appear on camera to talk about the case Tuesday. But he said he shot at the driver of a 2002 Chevy Cavalier in self-defense. Despite his claims, there is no public record of what happened that night, or even an arrest citation for Patrick Joyner, the man police say was behind the wheel. Really? That is extremely interesting. Joyner was charged with drug trafficking. Joyner, who was charged with drug trafficking is also son of Brandenburg Mayor Ronnie Joyner. Andrew Rhodes, Joyner's attorney, wants to know why there's only an April 30 arrest citation detailing a search warrant for Joyner's car. Investigators say they found a scale and white residue that tested positive for methamphetamine. But there's no record of the chase 4 days earlier. Okay. And this is just... And then Meade County officials say they're not releasing information publicly because it will be represented to a grand jury, which will decide whether to pursue charges against Joyner. He was in a county-owned unmarked pickup truck, and his lights and sirens were activated when he pulled over Joyner, who initially stopped. There's no body camera or dash camera video because it's not a police car. It's just an unmarked pickup truck with lights and sirens that he uses at the jail. They requested dispatch audio 911 calls. I'm not going to play all this. Guys, Google search it. It's hilarious. I'm in an active pursuit. And the vehicle wrecked out. Now, there's also been some rumors that he actually did a pit maneuver on the vehicle. I can't confirm nor deny that, but there are rumors out there. 2 weeks later, the sheriff's department released a statement saying Scarborough saw a passenger in Joyner's car get thrown from the vehicle before Joyner took off. Well, I guess he's had a couple of weeks to kind of solidify his statement. This is just, the chase lasted about 8 miles over a roll stop sign. Spun around in the dirt and lost control of his vehicle is what they say here. So, but the whole thing is sketchy as fuck. I don't know. So the guy, he attempted to go forward and strike the individual with his vehicle. Well, first off, if the vehicle wasn't stopped, had spun and was continued, why did Scarborough get out of his vehicle? That is like the most ridiculous thing you can do in these circumstances as a law enforcement officer. Didn't say how many times he shot at Joyner's car. Police won't say either, or even where the car was shot. Talk about sketchy shit. Kentucky State Police declined to investigate, saying it's a local issue. They probably looked at the specifics and went, yeah, we're not touching this shit. This is your shit show. You deal with it. And I don't blame them for not getting involved with this. He rarely pulls people over and had only planned to issue a warning for the roll stop sign. State law gives peace officers, including county jailers, the power to use lights and siren to pull over vehicles, carry a gun, and make arrests. I would like to see that state law because I went through all of it. And the jailer technically isn't a peace officer. From everything I've read in the Kentucky laws, it's a convoluted mess, guys, and I could be wrong. So I'm not going to go too far into that. Authorities are unwilling to show the car or even a picture of it. Part of an ongoing investigation. And you know what? There's absolutely nothing after this. Nothing else. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. And then again, some more court filings. Then there's just some staff. Here's another lawsuit. No, up, up, up. Hey, there's Wrangler the Clown. Yeah, you're right. So, by associating with a felon, does that mean anybody who's a felon that's in his jail, when they get released, he's going to associate with them? Is he going to have them over for dinner? Most law enforcement or criminal justice departments have got some rules and regulations, ethic regulations, in regards to associating with known convicted felons. I mean, unless it's a part of your immediate family, I mean, but they kind of frown on people associating themselves with criminals because you're in the criminal justice system and it doesn't look good. Does not look good. And now we've got somebody like Kiser releasing drug test reports. Kiser doesn't leave his house. He doesn't leave the room he's in, for Christ's sakes. You know, how is he getting these records? I guarantee you he didn't FOIA request them anywhere. And if Scarborough is using his position to acquire these records, yeah, and then releasing them in a public forum, which that's a big no-no. I don't know. But, you know, I really haven't said a whole lot about this guy. I thought he would do the stand-up thing when he reached out to me, but obviously not. And this all rolls back into that auditor bad thing. These people go, and this is nothing more than a Chris, Tiffany, Kiser, Kimmy middle school slap fight. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Well, Kiser's the biggest fucking liar of anybody. If his lips are moving, he's lying, as we all know. And, well, you know, there you have it. I'm not going to go through any more of this. I mean, there's rumors that he's using the woodworking shop at the jail for personal gain. But the thing is, he gets elected, and that's because nobody runs against him, because it's a shit job with shit pay, is what I've been told. So I don't know what the pay is. I guess we could go look that up. But evidently it's not all that. Maybe it's more than a diesel mechanic, but at least he doesn't have grubby fingernails anymore. So I don't know. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Oh, JJ Scarborough wins Tyrant of the Year 2023. Kentucky Reacts. That's on a YouTube channel. I've never seen that. I might have to go watch that. Anyway, I just wanted to do a video and get it out there. I am very disappointed in his actions as an elected official in the criminal justice system. Totally inappropriate what he's doing. He's a disgrace to the criminal justice system. And yeah, I know if he pulled that bullshit around here, he'd be on the street, elected official or not. They go straight to the legislature and get him sanctioned, and he would have to step down. Not to mention he would have charges filed against him for ethics violations. Just out of curiosity, let's take one quick Kentucky elected official ethics violations. Oh, let's see. Now, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's change this a little bit. There should be so he does fall, because he's an elected official, he does fall under the code of ethics. Let's see if I can zoom that in a little bit for you. Ooh. Statement of public policy. It is the public policy of this Commonwealth that a public servant shall work for the benefit of the people of the Commonwealth. The principles of ethical behavior contained in this chapter recognize that public office is a public trust and that the proper operation of democratic government requires that a public servant be independent and impartial. He's getting on there calling Tiffy a truck stop whore and all this other stuff with Kiser. Really? Shall not use a public servant, not use public office to obtain private benefits, and the public has confidence in the integrity of its government and public servants. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Anyway, food for thought. But yeah, I figured I'd just do a quick video because I saw that from last night, and I was just appalled that they would actually dock someone like that with her name on a drug report. For what purpose other than the middle school slap fight that's going on? Well, they said they don't do drugs. Well, look. Really? And the report was dated 2020. 2022, Kiser got charged with felonies for stealing from his employer. All right. That's a little bit later than what that is. Do you have a drug screening from her from 6 months ago? No. From a year ago? No. 4 years ago, or almost 4 years ago now. Yeah. Okay. I don't get it. I don't get the whole thing with him. All I know is he's a lying piece of shit, and Scarborough is falling right in line with him, and it's probably not going to end well for him. Hey, anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications. Don't forget, we got Throat Punch Thursday coming up we're going to have Stanley on. That should be an interesting one. So make sure you tune in 11 a.m. on Thursday. Have yourself a great day.